Hey guys, LPB here. Coming at you with a quick video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ring that little bell icon. Set it to all notifications. I'm trying to get this YouTube thing rolling. So, giving it a go. Trying to grow the channel a little bit. It'll really help me out. So I got to thinking about wealth and how wealth is measured and historical lessons that we can use to learn about how wealth might be measured in the future. Now, history is the best teacher. That's why I love history so much. Okay? To understand your future, you have to know where you've been. I recently came across a photo that was taken in the city where I grew up, Toronto, Ontario, 100 years ago. And guess what happened 100 years ago? They had their own form of a mask mandate. Sorry, just readjusting the camera, guys. They had their own form of a mask mandate. And one of them had a sign around his neck, wear a mask or go to jail. And that happened. People went to jail over not wearing a mask. Imagine that. I don't know if it's happening now. I haven't heard anything of it. People being arrested here in Canada for it. But I do know people who have gotten fines. I'm not playing that game. Wealth. How is it measured? How has it been measured? How will it be measured? Now, most people know that we used to be on a gold standard. We since then moved away from that and went to a bunch of ones and zeros. Okay. So maybe we go back to measuring things off gold and precious metals. Do you have any of that? Do you have any precious metals set aside? In your possession. Now, I'm not sure everywhere else, but here you can either get the precious metal in your hand or a certificate, a piece of paper that says, hey, I have this much precious metal. Which one do you think I would pick? I'm not going to let the government give me a piece of paper and say, here's your precious metal. No. I want it in my hand. I want that physical wealth. So maybe we go back to doing that. Gold standard, precious metal standard, silver standard, whatever you want to call it. Maybe we don't. Maybe we go a little bit further back in the history. Maybe we go back to a barter and trade system. Do you have goods that you can trade? Do you have those supplies? Things like toys, children's toys, cards, books, teaching instruments, pencils, paper. All these things are barter and trade items. Harmonicas, musical instruments, small things like that, recorders, guitars, sweets. Yeah, sweets, hard candy. Things that break frequently. Can you make more? Can you fix more? Do you have skills you can barter? Work on yourself. Build those skills. Can you carve? Can you carve somebody a new handle for their axe because you can't make one anymore? Can you carve somebody a new bowl because the store has no more bowls and they need to eat? Sorry guys, just gotta hydrate here. for even further back in the history. You know that Roman gladiators were paid in salt? Paid in salt. Why? Why were they paid in salt? Well, first of all, salt has many uses. For example, salt can be used as a coagulant. It can be used to preserve food. It can be used as flavoring for food. And the list goes on and on and on. Do you have enough food to trade? Do you have things like salt? Salt and sugar are cheap right now. And we have been accustomed to sweet foods. For example, the coffee I'm drinking right now has sugar in it. Most people don't drink their coffee black. Now, I like my first couple cups in the morning are black. Yeah. I gotta get that, stand the spoon up in the coffee down in me, and then I'll go for a little bit of sweet to kind of ease her out. But do you have things like that? Coffee? Do you have coffee to trade? Because I know some people without a coffee in the morning, oh boy, you don't want to be around them. Yeah, I know plenty of people like that. Some mornings I'm guilty of it. Hard to get the gears going some mornings, right? Do you have clothing? Different sizes? Diapers? Do you have diapers put aside? Either cloth or fabric, or the manufactured ones. Now, when I was a child, my parents used cloth diapers. Simply because A, is cheaper, right? $50 for a pack of diapers, that's a little bit crazy, but as you can tell, I don't have kids. Skills, your personal skills. As I said, do you have the ability to carve? Can you build things? Can you fix things? As an auto mechanic, yeah, I can fix almost anything that's mechanical. There's some things I haven't come across yet, and when I do, I'll figure out how to fix that. Now, I know it's an unpopular opinion with some people. There were some turbulent paths with this YouTuber I'm about to name, but I personally like one thing that he said. Actually, I liked a lot of things he said. But Dave Canterbury, on one of his YouTube videos, he was giving a seminar, and I listened to it yesterday, about skills. Your resume, as he said, and I completely agree with it. Let me see your hands. Are your hands black and scarred up and callus on them a mile high like mine are? Are you afraid of work? Now, granted, I understand some people work in offices, and that's not an easy job either. It's mentally exhausting. So good. You have a strong mind, but you have a strong set of hands. Because your mind can only go so far. Right? It's going to come down to a point in time where you cannot be afraid to get dirty. And sadly, I'm seeing that more and more with my age bracket. They're afraid to get dirty. They're afraid of work. They want things handed to them. Well, that's not how life works. And we got to stop as a society catering to that. You want it? Go work for it. Just some things to think about there. What do you have in wealth outside of monetary value? I'll leave it at that one. I'm almost pulling into work here, so OPB out.